All right,
Yes.
so happy to be joined today by my good friend from the world of MMA, Cris Cyborg. Chris, it's so great to see you. Yeah, you're a legend in the game, and great to see you. I know we were just talking about it. We both live in Huntington Beach a little bit, so we've got to go out to dinner sometime soon.
Yes. Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure. You can come to visit my gym too in Huntington Beach. Maybe we can do some training together.
I need
Uh, yes,
that.
it'll be good time. It's really hot now, but it's gonna be perfect.
Great. Well, the best news is I know how long you have wanted to box, and you now are going to have this opportunity to have this is your first pro boxing match, right? It's going to be
Yeah.
September 25th. You're returning to your hometown of Curitiba, Brazil, to fight Simone Silva, a pro boxer who has 40 fights under her belt. So this is going to be a significant test for you. How excited are you to finally get in there and have a boxing match?
No, I'm really happy. I the one of my dream. Some people say, Chris, you can have a dream, but you have to turn a goal, and you start, you start hunting for you can do your thing. So I'm really happy to have the opportunity for it, first time boxing, and in my city, Brazil. So it's gonna be very special for me. Simone Silva, she's pioneer. Fighting in Brazil. She fight boxing. She defended times the world title, and it's gonna be a good challenge for me. You're gonna fight different way too. It's gonna fight 154. So I'm
Okay.
very excited. Very
You're
excited.
you're okay with that extra weight?
I wanna feel my body how it's gonna be. A little bit nice because I don't have to do too much cut, and I think it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be a great test for me.
Just, I mean, real briefly, we've seen you fight in MMA so many times, and we know that you're a stand-up specialist. But you just can't go toe to. You can't, or maybe you can, but I would think that you can't just make it a toe-to-toe battle with a professional boxer in there. There has to be some sophisticated boxing to it to have the victory in this fight. How is the fight going to be different than a stand-up fight in MMA?
I have a lot of MMA fights, very good boxing, but it's different boxing when you fight one real boxer
Yeah.
because they train you on this. They really know when you move your shoulder for the side, they already know what you're gonna do. So we really have to careful, And I really train you specific. I want to be good fight, very technical fight because it's different. The danger too. You can expose your face is gonna be so it's different sport. I really respect that. I really work really hard for do my best I can in this fight.
For you, I mean, how much comfort did you take when you were in the UFC? Now you're in Bellator, you're Bellator featherweight champion. You really have leaned heavily on your abilities as a boxer, right? You have no fear to just stand up there toe to toe and let the fist fly and may the best woman win, right? I mean, that is really your mentality.
I believe it's every fight, every training is prepare. You really getting better a little bit. Like when I fight Holly Holm, she's a really good boxer.
Yeah.
So I have to improve my box a little bit more. And she's really dangerous with the kicks too, and she's southpaw, so it's different. And for sure I upgrade my strike. When I fight her. Arlene Blanco too. She's coming from the boxing. She's winning the boxing. I work for her a lot of two kicks and different style for in the fight. And this fight is going to be specific box, so this is put more pressure on me for training boxing and the specific, respect the training, everything. I know, I have like Muay Thai, Jiu Jitsu, wrestling, another things I have to fight or gonna train, but I still train 4 3 times a day. I put swimming in my training. We're doing a lot of sprint, too, because it's gonna be 8 rounds in 2 minutes and 1 minute break. It's
Okay.
all totally different in my reality because the whole my life I did the 5 rounds, the 5 minutes, 1 minute break. So it's different. It's different rhythm. It's different. The grows fast. So and you never stop move. So I really worked a lot of bags, sparring, pads. But I'm having fun. I have fun because this is one of my dream, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity.
I love it. And I was looking at the card. It sounds very excited. I may have to catch a flight to Brazil to check this out because it's called the Fight Music Show, and I know you're going to
Yeah,
have some recording artists there. But you also have on the card some interesting names. Popo Freitas is coming back to fight, right? The
yeah.
legend.
Yes, he's gonna fight Pelé Lunch. Pelé is a big name in Brazil too. You know, he's one of the number one Vale Tudo fighters, and it's gonna be a great fight. And then being social media talk back. I believe it's
Okay.
gonna be a very great fight, and it's gonna be a nice because it's gonna have a music. You know, people gonna sing. It's gonna be like fight show. It's real. The name is the real the fight. And you guys from America would like to go Brazil. You know, it's my city. It's Curitiba. It's a really safe city. You know, it's very clean. You're gonna show up there. It's gonna be very surprised when you see the city. And if you really would like to come in, and the people watching you, you know, you can talk to my team. We're gonna working together for make you guys, you know, go to the fights because it's gonna be great.
Oh, that'd be so cool. Now, I understand you may have some news for me. I don't know if you're ready to announce it, but is there going to be another significant fighter on that card as well
I don't know.
from MMA world? Last name Silva, Wanderlei. Is that official yet?
Brother. Vanderlei, his brother, no, his son. Thor Silva.
His
I don't
son?
think Vanderlei will fight, but Thor Silva is Vanderlei's son. He's
Oh,
gonna
okay.
fight this event. It's gonna be good too. He's been
Oh,
doing MMA. I think he's gonna follow his dad. He's doing great.
great, great. Now I think it's pretty cool that Bellator president Scott Coker is giving you the freedom to box, something that we know that Dana White over at the UFC was not too eager to allow you to do. Can you talk about that relationship and what your plans are for your next Bellator fight as well?
You know, I love working with Bellator and with Scott Coker. You know, we have a good relationship. And when I signed with Bellator, the big deal is really because I would like to do a boxing fight. The time come, you know, the COVID time come too. So I asked for my manager about boxing fight, but never happened. So now I get the opportunity to do the boxing fight, and this moment is perfect. You know, it's perfect because you know I believe after this fight, maybe I'm gonna defend my title with Kat Zingano. I believe it's
Oh,
a great fight because she's undefeated 145 pound, and she's the girl beat Amanda Nunes. So I think it's gonna be great fight for the fans. I think it's gonna be good, you know. And I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but I really have a good relationship with Scott Coker. I'm really happy, and I would like to continue, you know.
when would the Zingano fight go down?
I think she just fought. I think maybe 1 month ago she fought, or maybe less.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I'm not sure she's hurt her knee in the fight. I'm not sure how recovery. She's already or she's good, and hopefully she's good. Her knee for prepare for the future fights.
So maybe sometime after the first of the year.
Yes, I believe.
Okay.
Oh, fight. Yeah,
What's that?
maybe after the boxing fight. Yeah, we can.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I think you have another reason for taking on this boxing match too. There may be an opportunity in boxing for you. So tell me, if you had your dream opponent in boxing, who would you like to fight?
I think I never pick my fighters, but I decide who's on the fight. But people been saying, and a lot of people saying about Katie Taylor, and she's did one interview about she'd like to fight me too. This
Oh,
is me, for sure. Like, the champion, she's the best in the world in boxing. Her division, and maybe another divisions too. I really respect that. And there's an honor to say my name because this is just put more fire in my heart, for continue training, doing great. This next fight is going to be one open door for me. I hope we're doing great fight and a great event for the fans. And the people put more fire for maybe this fight can happen.
you really believe that it could go down as long as you look good and look sharp in this fight?
I believe at 140 it was never going to happen. So I believe we're going to have to figure out what point they would like to do to make this fight happen. I'm not sure. So, but for sure, if she won the fight, she's gonna move a little bit, and then go down a little bit, and then we fit together.
Oh, I love it, Chris. This would be so exciting. Finally, a big match, that would be boxing MMA. We've seen it before with Mayweather McGregor. There was a lot of vulgar language in this. So I would assume this would be a lot more ladylike affair, right?
Yeah, no, I am totally different than McGregor, and then I believe Kennetelli is a great lady too. She's doing great respect for her, and yeah, I think it's for sure it's gonna be different.
Yeah, I know you're very familiar with boxing. In fact, you're friends with Clarissa Shields. What's your thoughts on her upcoming title fight unification against Savannah Marshall. Who do you think is going to win that fight and why?
I didn't watch the fight they have together, but I hear about like Clarissa lost for her and they win the amateur. No, I think it's a big challenge for Clarissa, not just the fight, but mentally. You know, but I believe she's ready. I believe she's been training, and for sure, both training. Sometimes who win or training so much, who win the lost. But I believe both. They have a beef. They really keep talking back, and I believe they both are going to be ready. And I hope it will be a great fight for the women's boxing, and open the door for more for the girls.
I'm looking at all of these fights before you, Cris, and there's so many that you can choose from. You're 37 years old, though. I mean, how much longer do you want to fight?
I believe more 3 years, and then
Oh, good.
yeah, I want to do like 20 years. I'm now going to be 17, my career fighting, and I want to complete 20, and then and enjoy
Okay.
I enjoy life now. I love my job, so yes.
Yeah. I mean, 25-2 record, right? I mean, you basically viciously knocked out so many fighters along the way, so impressively. I know that there's still a lot of fight left in you, and especially in your heart. So I'm going to ask you about some other names. Let's talk about Amanda Nunes. Obviously, you fought her previously in the UFC. I believe that's in 2018, if I'm not mistaken. That she won that fight. But you've talked in the past about wanting a rematch with her. We know that she has to deal with this trilogy fight against Juliana Pena after she defeated her recently. Do you think that there's a possibility that you and Amanda could ever fight again?
The big issues, like the first is like the beginning when I lost the fight, I asked for the rematch. They didn't want to give me immediately rematch. And hey, I want to give 2 years, I'll be back. So I don't have the time to wait to 2 years. I'm no 18. Really, I have the time to focus in my career and my future. And this is the one I was that time I was wanna test the free agent because I want other opportunities and another paydays because the really if I'm gonna and they have in my line in my heart I have my ego because I really wanted to rematch and they kick her ass or I have to think about my future, my family, because it's the line like this. Because the moment the money was still offering for me is like very low, very low. I made more money in Bellator and doing more money than was in my career in UFC. Nothing. I have to choose to keep there. I think the people there they're happy because when you sign the deal, you're happy. So and you stay there. But for me, I was enough. I was gonna sign more 7 5 deals. It's that payday because I'm in the moment in my career. I have to think about my retirement, and I'm really happy where I'm at. Very blessed. I'm very thankful because I the message I give to all the young fans: you really need to think about your future. You really think about gonna have retirement. While you work now, you have to invest for work. You don't think just buy the new car, the new stuff because you need to buy a new house. Buy your house, be safe. Think about the future because the moment's gonna come, and you have to be prepared and ready. So this is my choice. I have the two choice. Think about my ego, get a less payday, or think about, maybe this fight is going to come in the future, but I need to think about my future. So I get this plan, and for sure, in my heart, I would like to rematch, for sure. I rematch a lot of girls in my career, Marlon Nunes, I rematch Arlene Blanco. I have any problem to rematch, even if I lose or win. I think it's going to be a great fight for the fights. And that's it. Thank you for a month just to win Juliana Pena. I believe the next fight is going to be exciting for the people to see.
Yeah, so if it happens, it happens.
Yes.
What's that?
Believe in God's hands. If we're gonna have this fight, it will happen.
Yes, well said. I think the other thing too, Cris, is that, as you reflect back on basically the history of women's MMA fighting, you deserve so much credit because, like I know that Ronda Rousey gets a lot of credit and she deserves a lot of credit as well. But it was really, it was the talk about you and Ronda Rousey fighting that really, helped give a lot of buzz and a lot of enthusiasm and excitement around women's MMA fighting. And yet that fight got away from us, right? It never got away from you, got away from Ronda. It never happened. It's so, I think it's, when you look at the fact that you're in Huntington Beach, Ronda, I think is, still in Southern California, you guys are so close. Is there any way in the world that that fight could happen in these 3 years that you have left on your watch?
I don't have anything against Ronda, but I believe she did very dirty in beginner. She really talked very bad about me for the fight, make the fight happy. The reality is they don't fight. Really, because if you still want to like to do that fight, if she do whatever they want to do. So if you don't fight, they're gonna take your belt out and they're gonna make you one new belt for the next fight. So when you don't want to fight, like Charles Oliveira, he said, I want to fight Abu Dhabi, and then talk to him, and the person, and they say, if you don't fight, you're gonna give the fight for another person. So and then he's fought. So they wanted to press for the fight to happen. The fight's gonna happen. I feel hard. I did everything for this fight to happen. I tried cut for 135. I did a lot of catch weights in my fight for this future fight. But there's it was none of the plans to do that fight. So, but I good. I feel good for myself. I did everything for make this fight happen, and I believe Ronda happy too. She's in WWE now and doing great. So maybe in the future, you don't know. We don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Maybe this fight can happen or not happen. Maybe we get old. I don't know. Let's see. I really don't know, and I always believe she's maybe back to fight MMA because she said she just back to fight Gina Carano.
I know. Yeah, if she's going to fight Carano, why not you?
For sure, but Gina Carano don't fight for a long time.
I know.
Retire, continue fight. So of course you want to fight somebody, retire, not fight a long time, just be acting and work on other things. It is the easy way.
Do you think that if this fight could ever happen, that that Scott Coker would be the man that can make it happen?
For sure.
Great. Well, look, so great to talk to you, Cris. Congratulations on getting to this first boxing match. How can we watch it if we're in America and can't get to Brazil?
I forgot to say, they just signed up for pay-per-view in USA. It's a FIT TV.
Spell it.
FITE TV.
Fight TV. Okay.
Yeah. You guys can watch now. They just signed for the pay-per-view. And again, if you guys would like to go Brazil, Curitiba is an amazing city. For sure, you're going to tell me, Cris, I'm really happy. And if you'd like to come, go to my website, send Cris Cyborg, or send an email to my email, CrisCyborgMMA@gmail.com. And then we make everything easy for you you can go. It's going to be amazing.
Champion fighter and travel agent, Cris Cyborg. Yeah. You're one of a kind.
It's going to really be fun. It's going to be really fun. My city is very safe. Some people scary. Some people didn't know how it's going to be work, but Brazil is a very safe place, especially my city.
We'll just stay by you. We'll be safe for sure, right? Yeah. All right, Cris. Thank you so much. You have a great day. So good to see you.
Thanks so much. Let me know when you're here. Okay.
You got it. Thank you so much, Cris.
Bye.